Oh, and good morning, Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, well, did you just unmute yourself, Jen?
I did. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, guys, we are going to get going. Like I just said earlier, next Friday's class is going to be on Moxie. I am going to walk you through it this weekend. I will send out some information on where you need to go to sign up for this class on Friday next week so that we can get acclimated to it before we go live in April. So today's class, if you guys have anything that you need to work on, feeling like you need something for stretching specifically, please pipe in and let me know when we get to the stretching portion of class. Otherwise, let's start off with a light jog. So either jogging and or marching. We're going to be running through our program today with a little bit of vigor. We're going to be doing some supersets. So we're going to be working with one exercise. We're going to take like a 10, not even a 10-second break, like a 2-second break. We're going to do another exercise. We're going to come back to that first exercise, then do it again. And we're going to do 2 rounds, kind of 2 exercises back to back. And then we'll take a little 10-minute break and then a 10-second break, and then we'll do it again. So we're going to be working pretty quickly through our circuit today. We're going to come down, do some core, and we're going to do some stretching. So right now, I just want you to get those arms in. We're going to just warm our body up. Try to bring that breath in deeply. Remember, you don't have to jog. You always can march. We're coming to this, listening to our bodies. Beautiful. So if anything's not working for you today, remember that you modify or feel free to ask for an option. Good job. So nice and light on our feet. Let's stay here for another 10 more seconds. We're going to plant our feet and do a little bit of lateral work in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Land your feet down on the floor. So we're going to stand here, open, open, close, close, open, open, close, close. Right now, I just want you to get this rhythm in the legs. Big steps out, out, in, out, in. Nice work. We're going to invite our arms in a second. So we're going to be working a little bit of that neuromuscular coordination, which is always good for our bodies. So right now, I just want you to keep this pace out, out, in. Beautiful. All right. Next, we're going to bring our arms up. Open, open, close, close. Good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nice job. Open, open, close, close. All right. Beautiful. I think I just lost that coordination. All right. Bring it in, out, out. In, out, out. Good job. You can coordinate that with your legs. In, out, out. I think I'm getting this a little mixed up. Don't think too much. I think the minute I start to think about it, I start to get really confused. Good job. Beautiful. Good. Nice job. Keep it going. I think I'm moving on my mat here. Excellent. Out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in. There we go. In. Beautiful. All right. 10 more seconds here. Now we're going to bring it out, out, in, into a punch. Here we go. 3, 2, forward punches. And 1. Here we go. Bring your arm out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in. Step, step, punch, punch. Step, step, punch, punch. Don't worry too much about the coordination. Have a little bit of humor with it. We're just getting warmed up here. That's all we're doing. Beautiful. Nice and energized through the arms. Beautiful. Keep going. That's it. Great job. Beautiful. 10 more seconds here. We're going to bring it up overhead. Punch, punch, lift, lift. There we go. Good. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Reach, reach, down, down, reach, reach, down, down, reach, reach, down, down. Still doing that coordination with the legs. You look great, guys. Good job. Beautiful. Fantastic. So important to do neuromuscular work. Really gets our muscles and our brain working together. Coordination. Can't underestimate this power of coordination, especially sometimes when we do the same repetitive movements over and over again. Our body starts to adapt to that. So it's good to change it up a bit. Good job. 3, 2, 1, and bring your hands back down to your hips and march it out. Good job. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna take some out and ins. We're gonna do a little bit of jumping, but if you don't wanna jump today, make sure you just do some step outs side to side without the jump, okay? So if you're not jumping, you're gonna bend into the knees, step it out side to side. If you're comfortable with the jump and it feels comfortable on your body, bring your feet together, out and in, out and in. So as women, it's always, and I say women specifically just because we're more apt to osteoporosis, things like that. We want to be able to involve a little bit of impact in our workouts. Doesn't have to be high impact. This is great work. Even walking on hard surfaces is really good to build that bone density and bone strength. So jumping is not a bad thing unless you've got uncomfortable knees or anything like that. So when you're walking, great to walk on hard surfaces to really build that bone strength and that bone density. Keep going. 15 more seconds here. Now, if you want to pick up your tempo, go ahead. We're going to take this into a jog for 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Jog it out for 1 minute. Good. Fantastic. You can get a little bit of that movement in the arms. Always good. A little lift of the heels. Nice job. Remember, if you're not comfortable jumping or jogging in place, then I want you marching with vigor. So just make sure you honor what feels good and right for you. 30 seconds left. If you have a little bit of room to pick up the tempo, feel free to. If you have a little room to deepen the breath, try to. 20 seconds. Nice job. 15, we're there. Beautiful. 10, 9. That's it. Keep it going. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Land your feet. Fantastic. Grab some water. Whew. Beautiful. Alrighty. Okay. So we're going to start off with, does everybody have an elastic band? Sorry, I should have asked that. Yeah, okay. Ludia, you have. If somebody doesn't have one, please chime in, let me know. So we're going to start off with a squat with a band. So I'm going to do a little bit of resistance band work, which is always really nice because it really challenges us because there's resistance on the lift and the lower. So you want to bring your feet about hip distance apart, and you want to tension your strap enough that you feel like you've got this pull down towards the ground. If you don't have a band, go ahead and grab 2 dumbbells and just rest them in your hands. Now we're going to do just some regular squats down and up. Then we're going to keep our feet underneath the band and we're going to take it overhead. You might need to take 1 foot because 2 might feel a little bit heavy. And you're going to bring it up overhead and we're going to do our tricep overhead extension. And you can use 1 band or you can lengthen the band. So you're just using 1 side, okay? Just remember which, I'll talk to you about that in a second. Just ignore what I just said. All right, so tension your strap, 45 seconds here. Now I want you to keep your shoulders square. So you're not rounding forward here. We're making sure we're nice and tall. Belly is pulled in. 3, 2, 1, down and up. You might need to adjust the strap you've got a little more tension in there. Hinge from the hips and make sure you're weighting into your heels. Energize through your feet. Lengthen your legs like you're trying to pull your knees up and really turn those quads and glutes on. Nice job. 30 seconds here. So we're going to go back to back on this next one. So from here, we're going into our tricep overhead extension. Then we'll take a 15-second break, and then we're coming back to this. Good job. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Release your strap. You can actually make it a little longer. I'm actually going to make it longer and just take one side. So I'm placing the strap down. I'm going to curl it up behind me. I'm going to tuck my elbows in, pull my belly up, and I'm going to place one hand above the other, and I'm going to start my triceps. Here we go. You want to tension this strap enough where you feel like your triceps are getting challenged here. So it's a little challenging if you don't have a tight enough strap. If you don't, you can always do this with a dumbbell. Good job. We are 15 in, 30 to go. And honestly, you could double up your strap if you've got a long enough strap, especially if you have one that's quite light. Doubling it up would be enough to create a bit more resistance. I just tightened mine. Mine's a medium strap, and just tightening it up that little bit more was enough to create this resistance. Good. 10 seconds left. You got it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now remember which hand is on top. You're going to switch directions on the other side on the next round. Go ahead and grab some water. We're going to do that exact same set over again. All right, we're going to get going in 8 seconds. So bring your strap again when you're ready underneath your feet. Make sure you've got some good energy running beneath you, and you've got some good placement of your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Tension your strap even more, maybe. Keep your shoulders square. Energize through those glutes. When you're lengthening, you're pulling your knees up towards your pelvis, engaging those quads. Nice job. 20 seconds left. You're controlling the lowering, so you're not flinging your body back down towards the ground. You're really trying to make sure you're doing this with as much control as possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Fantastic. Take your strap. This time I had my right hand on top. I'm going to switch it to my left hand on top. So you create a little bit more dominance on the other side. Tuck your elbows in, drop your ribs, and start to press it up. Here we go. 45. Keep your breath nice and fluid. Beautiful. You've got it. 15 in, 30 to go. Now, when you're here, just watch that you're not crowding your shoulders towards your ears. You're just trying to stay wide. I know it kind of feels a bit funny to do that. Oh, I naturally just went to my right hand. Woo, this is a challenge. Switching up from your dominant to your non-dominant side. 8 seconds left. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Nice job. Fantastic. Excellent. Leave the strap nearby. We're probably going to use it shortly again. All right. We're going to do a 45-second bout of cardio. Now we're going to be doing a mixture between jumping jacks and fast feet, 20 and 22, or 20 and 25. We'll do jumping jacks for 20 seconds, fast feet for 25. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 20 seconds. Now remember, of course, if you're not jumping, you're stepping out with your arms reaching overhead. Good job. Good. 10 seconds in, 10 to go. I'm thinking intensity here. Good. 5. We're going into our fast feet. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Fast feet, fast feet, fast feet. Bend into those knees. That's it. 5 down, 20 to go. That's it. 15 seconds. Keep it going. 10, 9, you're there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Fantastic. Well done. Whew. Okay, so 8 seconds. We're going next into our next superset. We're gonna be doing isometric lunge with some bicep curls. So the first round, we're gonna do bicep curls, right side front, left leg back. So find yourself in your lunge. I want you to open up nicely into that left hip. I also want you to make sure your left leg is tracking nicely with your hip. So everything's aligned here. You don't have one leg kind of out here. You want it nicely aligned with the rest of your body. Shoulders are square. Now we're gonna go into a bicep curl. Hold into your lunge. Here we go. Now, maybe this is enough for today. Maybe you're going deep into that lunge. Maybe you've got a little bit of a high lunge. Maybe if you want more, you can bend and lift. Bend and lift. Bend and lift. Again, this is your choice. I was gonna say yogi's choice, but circuit's choice, circuiter's choice. 20 seconds. Keep going. You're bending into that back knee. You're lifting up. 15 seconds. Nice job. 10. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Fantastic. We're gonna switch to the other side, but now we're gonna do some flies in our isometric lunge, possibly with our dips. So I'm gonna switch weights out because this, what I have for bicep curls, not gonna work great for my shoulders. So I'm gonna open up here, open and close. Left foot forward, right foot back, elbows are up. Maybe you're just holding here, opening and closing. Maybe this is where we start. Maybe you've got a high lunge, maybe you've got a deeper lower lunge. Keep those elbows, shoulders height, open and close. Keep your wrists neutral. If you've got that weight resting in the palm of your hand and your palm is lifting towards the sky, can you bring it more neutral? Maybe you're gonna drop down to that back knee. Lift. Drop your ribs. Maybe your arms are starting to feel like jello. I need you to hold on with me here. 10, 9, 8, 7, you got it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whoo! Nice job. Shake that off. Fantastic. All right, we have a 15-second recovery. We're gonna do that set all over again. Now, if you need some adjustments on the weights, make sure you make them for this next round. All right, so let's go back into our bicep curls. Right leg forward, left leg back. Now I'm doing traditional bicep curls, not hammer curls here. So palms are externally rotated. Your shoulders are externally rotated here. Here we go. Now I'm going to take this with my knee drop right from the beginning. If you want to just stay in an isometric lunge, you can. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Tap into the energy you're feeling today. If you had a funky night's sleep last night and you're feeling a little fatigued, maybe you're easing into this. Maybe you're doing half the time in an isometric lunge, half the time with some dips. If you're feeling really energized, you got a good night's sleep last night, you feel good, you woke up, hopefully had a coffee or a tea, ready to rock and roll. Maybe you're doing these dips the whole way through. Good, 10 seconds left. And both are in good spaces wherever it works for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Fantastic. Awesome. Switch out your weights. We're going into flies. Other side. Left foot forward. Right foot back. Beautiful. Open up. Shoulder height. 90 degrees. 3, 2, 1. Open and close. Now try to keep your pelvis as neutral as possible. You're not arching through that back. You're nice and neutral. Beautiful. Such a great stretch through the hip flexors. Nice job. We're almost there. You got it. Good. 15 seconds. Stay with me. Woo. Good. 8. Come on, come on. You've got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Nice job. Fantastic. Set your weights off to the side. Well done. All right. We're going into 25 seconds of butt kicks. From butt kicks, we're going to knee highs for 20. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Right away. I'm going to come on to off my mat. Good. 15 in, 10 to go. Keep going. 5. We're going to go from here to knee highs. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Opposite direction. Now, if you're not willing, that's not the right word. If you're not jumping, I want you lifting and lowering just in that standing position. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Whew. Grab some water. Nice job. Whew. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna close with one more superset. We're gonna do some rows. We've done the biceps, we've done the triceps, we've done the legs. We're gonna do a little combination of legs and shoulders next. We're gonna do a row to a kickback, and then we're gonna do a front raise to a kickback. So first round, row to a kickback. Second round, raise to a kickback. Take a break, we rinse, wash, and repeat. Grab your weights. Feet are hip distance apart, shoulders are rolled back, knees are bent. Long back, 3, 2, 1. Kick it back. You can choose whichever leg you want, doesn't matter. I've got my right leg kicking back. As I'm kicking back, I'm bringing my shoulders towards my center of my body. So gliding those shoulders together. I'm keeping my abs turned on. I'm doing a little bit of balancing work here, right? On that left leg. Try to make sure your ankle's nice and neutral. We're almost there, 15 seconds. I am gonna switch my weights up for the front raises that are coming up in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Go ahead, grab your weights, switch it out if you need to. You don't need to, stay where you are. We're gonna go to the other side. Front raise, kick. Front raise and kick, come on. That's it, good job. Nice and long, so nothing changes in that back position. You've got a bent knee. That's to make sure that you're really turning on those glutes and those quads. We're also not swinging our arms here. We are very controlled with our movements. 15 seconds to go. That's it. 8 seconds, come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest, fantastic. Excellent job. Take a 15-second recovery. We're going right into that last set. We're coming down for core next. Well done. All right. Next, we got those rows, kickbacks. Then we've got front raises with kickbacks. We got both of them. Grab your weights. All righty. So roll the shoulder blades back, hinge from the hips, bend in from the knees. Make sure your knees are tracking behind your toes. You're energized through your shoulders here. 3, 2, 1, kick it back and row. Kick it back and row. I want you to focus. Keeping those shoulders down, gliding those shoulder blades together. Elbows are tucked in, nice and long through the leg and through the back. When your leg is extended, you almost want to see one long line from the back of the crown all the way to the back of the heel. Nice job. Keep it going. Watch your foot placement here. I can't tell you how important it is. When you think of everything we do, it starts from the ground up, right? Think about your feet being that first point of contact with the earth. If your feet are not placed properly, it's gonna shoot up your body. You're gonna get maybe other things that can happen. So you wanna watch your feet placement. 3, 2, 1, and back. Nice job. We're gonna switch sides. Gonna go to those front raises. All right, bending from the knees, hinge from the hips. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Switch legs, reach. So if you think of your skeletal body, if you were to take a picture of an x-ray of it, if your feet are caving in or rolling out, throws your structure out of alignment. So in this case, because we're balancing on one leg, it's going to be important to think of that 4-point connection, the ball of the feet and the heel of the foot. Try to balance them out a little bit. Lift up through the heel, lift up through the arch, sorry. Especially for those who pronate, kind of crowd inward. Good. Find that footing. Whoop. As I say that, I lose my balance. Good, 15 seconds, come on. You've got it. Keep that right knee or whatever knee you've got balancing on, nice and bent. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, rest. Fantastic. Excellent. Whew. Beautiful job. Now you're gonna need one weight for core. We're done for our circuit set. Now we're gonna go down to the floor. We're gonna start with a plank because it's a nice way to just walk into our core section. Now, if you're taking care of your wrists today, you are gonna do a forearm plank so that you're not putting any pressure on your wrists. If you're doing this on your hands, I want you to focus on the thumb and the pointed finger. I want the weight to be a little bit more distributed here, not externally rotating and putting too much weight over here. This is where you've got your ulnar nerve. This can pinch and can cause numbness, so we want to be careful. We got our weight nice and rested through our thumb and our pointed finger. Hands are starfish, nice and wide to create your base. Now you're gonna take your weight, you're gonna set it up front here. If you're doing your weights on your forearm, instead of touching the weight with your hands, you're gonna rock forward and back, okay? It's gonna be the same type of work. All right, externally, spread the fingers, extend the legs. We're doing a minute plank here. 3, 2, 1, 1 minute. 30 seconds, we're gonna do a regular plank, then 30 seconds, we're gonna go ahead and do those touches, alternating sides. I'm gonna bring my right hand towards the left side of the dumbbell, left hand towards the right side of the dumbbell. Now, as I'm resting into this plank position, I'm reaching through my heels, my back is long, my head is pulled away from my shoulders. Shoulders are energized, feeling some good engagement through the core here. All right, let's get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to step. Now I want you to notice I'm not rotating through my pelvic region too much. There's a little sway of weight distribution from one side to the other, but I'm being very careful to make sure that I'm not creating rotations here. I'm not rotating. I'm just controlling this movement, using my core to keep me nice and stable. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Hopefully I forgot to cue you. If you were on your forearms, you were rocking forward and back. Okay, next I want you to grab your strap. We're gonna come down onto our back. We're gonna place the strap underneath our feet. So legs are gonna be extended up to the sky. So we often do lower lifts in class and just kind of freestyle. Here we're gonna do a lower lift when we've got some resistance against it. I want your feet to be nice and flexed to energize through the back of the legs. I want your back to be as neutral as possible. So create that natural curve in your low back so your low back is not pressing down towards the floor. From here, soften your shoulders, tension the strap. You're going to start to inhale as you lower the feet, maybe about 3/4 of the way down. It actually really depends on how this reacts to your low back. Then you're going to exhale and slowly control that lift. My legs and my core were shaking as I was doing that. So inhale, lower. Exhale, slowly bring it up. Slowly bring it up. Use your core to lift your legs back up. We're going to do this exact same thing without the strap soon. And right now, I just want you to get that idea of that tension that you have underneath your feet. Nice job, lower. Soften your shoulders and lift. Nice. Let's do 2 more rounds. Lower and lift, and really focus on the core here. Really focus on that core, really controlling that lower and that lift. You got to almost pull in through that core, keeping it nice and engaged. Good. Great job. Now go ahead. When you're ready, lengthen your legs. Maybe if you want to have a little lift through your pelvic region, just to make sure you're supporting the low back, so you're really not using that low back, you can place your hands underneath each of your buttocks or your bum. Lengthens through the legs, energize through the legs, soften your shoulders. Inhale, I want you to imagine you still have that strap. You still have that sense of control as you lower. And then exhale, I want you to lift. Still with that idea or imagination that you've got that strap underneath your feet. Feel it. Have you ever been prompted to smell? I don't know. I actually read a book and it was describing a lemon. And the exercise was to imagine in your mind something, and then you get that physical reaction to it. And he described the lemon, and he was describing a lemon at length. And I remember I was walking in my neighborhood, going for a walk, and I had this book on my audio book, and he was describing a lemon, and then he describes the sourness and the juiciness, and suddenly I started feeling like my mouth had a lemon in it. I was like, oh my God, my taste buds are like activated. So we could create this imagination. We could create it and recreate it, even though we don't have it in our hands or our bodies. We're just doing it ourselves. So I want you to imagine you still have that strap. Good. Last one. We're going to lift our legs up. Good. Now I want you to lower your right and lift your right. Lower your left. Control that lift and lower and lower. Just alternate sides, one side and then the other. Good. Then next we're going to bring our legs up one more time on either side. We'll meet with our legs extended up to the sky. Let's meet here. Bring your hands behind your head. Anchor in your sacrum. Lift up with your chin. Find a bit of flexion. Lower your right. Exhale, lift. Lower your left. Exhale, lift. Lower. Energize. Feel that tension. Imagine you still have that strap. Working the low abs here. Keep your upper body lifted. Chin is up. Good. Good. We've got 10, 9, 8. You've got it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You've got it. And 1. Whoo. Rest your feet down the floor. Keep your hands behind your head. Feet are facing forward. Sacrum is neutral. I want you to imagine you've got a teacup on your belly button. Interlace your fingers. Lift your head. Extend the back of your neck. Exhale, lift and lower. Lift and lower. I want you to pull in through that abdominal area. Really create this flexion from your own power of engaging through the core, not through the neck and not through the shoulders. Come on, keep with it. Don't hold your breath here. I want to hear you from afar, breathing in and breathing out, nice and controlled. I want you to imagine that if you had a strap creating tension for you, that you are controlling that lift and you are controlling that lowering. Stay with me the whole time. Come on. That's it. Beautiful job. Excellent. Come on, stay with it. Almost there. Good, good, good. 3, 2, and 1, and rest your body down on the floor. Fantastic. Excellent. Let's go ahead. We're going to create our rotations. Knee comes in towards the chest. As we lift, we're going to lift our knee back down, rotate other side. I want you to feel that pull from the core as you pull that knee in. Lift the shoulder so it's right off that floor. You're rotating, using the oblique to contract and create the rotation, using the opposite side of the oblique or the opposite oblique to control the lowering. Keep going. Nice job. Beautiful. Excellent. 10 more seconds. You've got it. 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Well done. All right, take your hands behind your legs. We're going to rock up and come right into a boat, sitting up tall on your sits bones. Maybe your legs are extended. I want you to open up through the chest, soften through the shoulders. Keep your hands behind your thighs. Just hold here for about 25 seconds here, but I want you to lighten the touch. I want you to feel like you're supporting yourself, but you've got a light touch. You're not grasping onto the back of the thighs. Sit up tall like you're opening up and shining through your heart. I want you to soften this awareness into the hip flexors here. I want you to pull in through the belly. Wonderful. 5 seconds, we're going to release our hands. 3, 2, 1, release. Find this focus point, finding what we call in yoga our drishti point. See something right in front of you. Hold this space. You've got it. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest your feet, sit up tall. Nice job. Keep your knees bent. Feet are going to come down flat on the floor. You can go ahead and grab that weight that you took in earlier for your planks. We're going to finish off with some Russian twists. Sitting up tall on your sits bones, you're going to lengthen through the back. If you're finding yourself rounding, I want you to see if you can imagine a line. It's funny that I have all my chakras here. It's almost like it's pulling me up towards that 7th chakra. So I want you to feel like you're being pulled up tall. You're going to lean back with that long back. You're going to rest your hands slightly in front of you and start the rotations from side to side. Now everything else stays nice and stable here. I want you to notice if you've got one knee that tends to lift up a little too far when you're rotating. I want you to really focus on, as the rotation is being created, it's coming from the core, not just from our shoulders rotating side to side. Nice job. 30 seconds here. Stay tall. You want to create space through the vertebrae so there's no compression here. Nice job. Keep it going. Beautiful. 15. Almost there. That's it. Nice job. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Rest. Woo, fantastic. Excellent. Proud of you guys. Well done. All right, guys, we're going into our stretching now. Now, if there's something that you guys want or need, please let me know. If you're quiet, I'm going to assume that we'll just do a general stretch today. So let's go ahead and we're going to grab our strap. This has been my tool of the week. I think a couple of you have been in my class this week where we've already used this. So we're just kind of adding on to it, adding on a little extra work with this band. I love the band. So we're going to take our band and set it underneath our feet one more time. So as I talked earlier when we were in our boats and when we were doing our Russian twist about lengthening through the spine, anytime you're doing stretches, using a band is a nice way just to get that sensation of that lift. And I love it for myself just to keep that low back nice and lengthened rather than rounded. So from here, I want you to sit up nice and tall. Energize through your legs like you're reaching your heels forward and you're flexing in through your feet towards your center. Now from here, with that nice long back, I want you to gently pull into the belly. You start walking your hands forward. You might not get that far, and that's absolutely fine. I don't go that far. This is like a totally different sensation, especially with my back nice and long. I really feel that sensation through the back of my legs pretty soon after I start coming into this forward fold. So again, I want you to just find what works for you, but keep the shoulders square, keep the back long, and just lean into it. Try to relax your breathing. We never want to hold our breath. Our body needs the oxygen. The muscles need the oxygen to function. So breathing is such an essential part to life. It's our force, it's our energy, it's our prana. Terrific. And then slowly make your way back into a lengthened position. Go ahead and take your right leg out towards a little bit of an angle here. If it feels okay for you to bend in through your left leg and just find yourself almost in like a half butterfly pose here. We're going to go into a lateral bend, so hand to big toe. We're going to rotate our trunk towards our bent knee. And I want you again to always think about lengthening through the spine. We don't want to be slumped over. We really want to energize through our spine to get those muscles nice and worked. Keeping that right arm out and extending it towards the right leg. We're going to rest our hands if you want on your hip, or you can rest it on your knee, or you can extend it as we lean down, finding a little bit of lateral flexion here, keeping ourselves nice and tall. And maybe you can hook onto that big toe. Maybe you're resting your hand at your shin or your ankle. It really doesn't matter. We're going within our own range of motion. Now, here's a wonderful stretch for your QL. I often talk about the QL. It's a lateral flexor that attaches to the hip all the way up to the ribs. And it's a great stretch for that, because sometimes when we're sitting a lot or working with one flat movement range of motion, we don't really do a lot of lateral work. So this is always so nice. Wonderful. When you're ready, we'll come up to a seated position, lengthen up, and we're going to do a little rotation. So bring that right hand to your left knee, sit up tall, and then twist our spine towards the left. Still got that right leg extended, heart is lifted. I've got my left hand energizing into the floor to really feel that sense of lift. Terrific. And then slowly unwind your body, tailbone, mid back, and then upper back. Go ahead and switch sides. Left leg is going to extend, right leg is going to come onto the inner thigh. Again, if it doesn't feel comfortable, you can keep your legs extended. Absolutely fine. Or rest a block or something underneath that bent knee. From here, we're going to rotate our trunk towards the right side, taking that left hand out, and we'll glide it towards our big toe. You can rest your hand on your hip, opening up tall, leaning in, maybe hooking onto your toe. If we can't quite reach, that's okay. It doesn't matter. So often we're like, oh, but I can't do that. And I was like, well, of course you can do it. We just have to adapt for our bodies today. So hard on ourselves. Just try to relax into it. Try to keep that right hip grounded down to the earth. Keep your chest open. Wonderful. And then slowly make your way back in through center. And then we're going to twist towards the right leg, left hand towards the right knee. And then I'm bringing my right hand back, energizing through my fingertips. So I really have this nice lift through the spine, and then twist towards the right. Wonderful. And then unwind from tailbone, mid back to upper back. Fantastic. Let's extend the legs and shake it out. Kind of loosening up through the knees a little bit. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and do a Badakonasana. I'd be amiss if I didn't do a little butterfly pose to open up through the hips a little bit here. So soles of the feet together. Now, of course, if we were in a yoga class, and even if we're not in a yoga class, just doing our stretches, I encourage you always to have a blanket nearby to prop your sits bones up a little higher. I'm telling you, it's going to feel so much better. It's really going to give you that lift. So you can basket weave your hands underneath your toes, let your knees kind of open up to the side. With that nice long back we had earlier, we can go ahead and bend in if it feels good. If it doesn't, maybe just sitting up tall is what we need to do today. And just allow yourself to slowly make your way to whatever forward bend feels good for you. You can, if you're looking for a little bit more, you can extend your arms out, get a little bit of the shoulders in this. Now, of course, this is a beautiful inner thigh hip opener, but I also feel this in my back in a good way, not in a bad way. I can feel my glutes stretching out a little bit. And of course, just with this extension of the arms out, I can feel the shoulders. Fantastic. Make your way back in through center. Lengthen the spine and wiggle it out. Nice job. Let's make our way up into a standing position. Ooh, I can feel right that through my hips. All right, so let's just go ahead and roll our shoulders, kind of loosening up in through the shoulders. We're gonna do a little bit of stretching of the neck muscles. And go ahead and roll your shoulders forward. So just beginning with a little bit of rotation through the shoulders. We'll start doing a little bit of neck stretches, but I just want you to just loosen up here first. Wonderful. When you're ready, we'll make our way back in through center. Great, and just shake it off. Loosen up the neck. Wonderful. And when you're ready, I want you to first stand up tall, making sure that your chin is parallel to the floor. So you're not looking up, you're not looking down, you're really in this neutral space. From here, we're going to take our left hand out, and I want you to imagine you're pressing down onto something. Energize through that arm and lengthen down through the shoulder all the way down to the heel of the hand. We're going to turn our gaze towards the left. I just want you to notice what happens here. I could feel a little bit of energy kind of running through the arm. Then from here, turn your gaze down. Energize through that left arm. You're going to feel a nice little bit of opening potentially right into that sternocleidomastoid, maybe a bit of the scalenes. And again, we're not forcing this movement, especially with the neck. We want to be just really gentle here. Good. Now from here, I want you to turn your gaze back up, but in that rotated position, and then come back in through center, rest your left arm. Energize through your right hand down. You can even press away from your body. And then turn your gaze over to the left. And then if you can, turn your gaze down. And it's a subtle gaze down. It's not, your head is not cocked down. It's just that subtle, almost as if you're looking down at the corner of your eye, somebody to the side of you. Your right arm is energized. You can feel that opening through the shoulder right through to the back of the ear. You're also, the rest of your body is nice and neutral here. So just notice how your posture is. Good. From here, go ahead and lift your gaze up, still in that rotated position, and then come back in through center. From here, I want you to drop your chin down towards your chest. Keep your shoulders neutral. And then lift up your chin and open up the front of the throat. And then down towards your heart. Find that softening in the back of the neck. And then lift towards the sky. Open your throat. Good. Next time you bring your chin in towards your chest, soften your shoulders. I want you to draw a smile from shoulder to shoulder. So drawing the chin towards your right shoulder, then your left. Just alternating sides here. Wonderful. Last one on either side. Make your way back in through center, and then from here, come back to neutral. Excellent job. Next, we're going to be doing a little bit of a shoulder stretch as well as a bit of a wrist stretch. Taking the right hand, I'll come a little closer to the camera. Taking your right hand down, I want you to lift your palm up as if you're giving like somebody behind you a little bit of a high five. So reaching through, you can feel that nice energy through the heel, through the wrist. Now, if you're suffering from carpal tunnel, you don't want to do the stretch because that's going to just create a little bit of tension in through the carpal tunnel area of the wrist. We don't want to do that. So maybe you're just going to do some shoulder rolls instead, okay? So palms up towards the sky. Now from here, perhaps you're going to energize through the palm, reaching with your hand back. Keeping your chin nice and neutral. And feel maybe a little bit of opening through the shoulder, energizing through the back of the arm. Nice job. And then come back in through center. Do the same thing on the other side. Give somebody that high five. Keep the shoulders nice and neutral. And again, you go within your own range of motion. So if this doesn't feel good, then we just don't want to go there. We certainly don't want to go beyond our range of motion. Wonderful. And then come back in through center. And let's just give our wrists a little bit of rotation here. Maybe working through the whole range of motion. Maybe if you've got some tight wrists, maybe you're working through a smaller range of motion, whatever works for you. And then go ahead and reverse your direction, opposite side. Certainly not an area of our body we stretch too often, but it's a very important area of our body that we need to take care of. Good. And then go ahead and release and shake it off. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and give our quads a nice little stretch. So resting your left foot down the floor, rolling your right shoulder back, going ahead and grabbing your right foot. Got some nice energy through the quadricep here. I always like to do this with a little bit of that idea of reaching down towards the ground, keeping my shoulder back, but my chest is lifted, my pelvic area is nice and neutral. I'm not trying to arch my back to access my foot. If you do have that tendency to do it, take a strap or maybe rest your foot on a chair. Now I'm giving my hip a nice little opening here too, so that's always an added little bonus. Whoop. Also challenge. Did I just throw you off, Lydia? I'm so sorry. It's so funny when I do that all the time. If I see someone kind of losing around, I'm like, all of a sudden I'm like, it's like hiccups, right? All right. All right. Great job. Go ahead and release that right foot and step it back. So you've got some parallel feet. Feet are facing forward. Both heels are down on the ground here. We're going to go into a hamstring stretch by going into pyramid. So my stances are maybe about a foot distance apart. I'm going to inhale to lengthen my body, reaching tall, pulling in my belly, hinging from my hips. I'm going to come down with a nice, long, energized back, coming down and resting both hands on either side of my left foot. Now, if you quite can't come down to the ground, you can do a half forward fold with a nice long back, resting your hands above your knee or below your knee, making sure never to go on the joint directly. Wonderful. Bend into your left foot and then bring your right foot forward. It's going to bring us right into a forward fold. You've got a little bit of tightness to the back of the legs. Go ahead and bend your knees. Let your head dangle here. This is like a great opportunity to release any tension in the body. Try to soften your body here. I find that when I get into this pose, my body tends to tense up a little bit, especially when we do this early in the morning because we're not quite warmed up. So it takes a little bit of time to get myself ready for it. But the minute I can try to let go in through my muscles, it's like, it's a very restorative pose. Great job. Bend into your knees, press both hands on the top of your thighs. And I want you to come halfway up. So you're kind of in this half kneeling position, back is long. Let's inhale, we'll arch the low back, open up through the chest. Exhale, draw the belly in, round the spine, drop the chin in towards the heart. Inhale, arch and open up. Exhale, pull the belly in, round and through the spine. Let's continue this for one more round. Wonderful. Last one. Beautiful. Make your way back into your neutral spine. When you're ready, start to press in through the feet and lengthen through the spine. Great job. All right, let's go ahead and do that quad stretch. It's going to be our last one for the day. Quad stretch on the left side. Grab your foot. Again, more balance work, right? We just are always balancing. Good. Keeping that energy through the quad. You got the knees nicely aligned here. Always a nice thing to keep our body as balanced as possible. Beautiful. Release that left leg. We're going to kick it back. So both feet are facing forward. We're going to hinge from our hips. So extend your arms up, energize through your legs, hinge from your hips, lengthen through the spine. Make your way down to whatever range feels good for you. Maybe one side, you've got a little more range of motion than the other. That's totally normal. I don't have as much range on this side as I do on the other side. So coming down towards the floor, I feel like I'm reaching a little bit. Also, make sure you're not locking through your knee joints. Try to find a little micro bend there. Definitely don't want to overextend the ligaments in the knee or the back of the leg. I'm going to actually come halfway. Beautiful. Go ahead and bend into your right knee. Make your way back into your forward fold. Release one last time. And this one, just take a nice big breath in and exhale. See if you can soften everything. Maybe just do that one more time. Just to kind of let any tension go. I want you to imagine the earth is like a sponge and it just soaks up whatever it is you need to let go of. And then from here, bend your knees. We're going to sweep our arms out into a large circle. Press into your feet as you extend your body overhead. Bring your palms together. Exhale to your heart center. And give yourself a huge round of applause for all your hard work today. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you so much. And I hope you have a great weekend. And I look forward to seeing you next week sometime. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Sharon. Have a great weekend.
You too, Macy. Bye, Ludia. Bye, Jen. Bye, Jean. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.